Welcome back to the show. I'm Kachi Ofia. You're watching Arise 360. We're delving into the world of pop culture still. Now, the United States House of Representatives have overwhelmingly passed a bill that could eventually ban TikTok in the country. This is huge in its latest salvo against both China and big tech. Now, the bill received resoundingly bipartisan support with votes of 352 to 65 in favor. It now heads to the 100-member Senate, where its prospects are, let's just say, it's less clear. You know, this takes me back to Roe v. Wade. It's like we're having another spat for what is it going to be, the battle for social media, the heart and the soul of social media. For his part, President Joe Biden has said he would sign the bill into law if it reaches his desk, like no-brainer. Now, if that happened, TikTok's Chinese owner ByteDance would be giving about 6 months to divest from its U.S. assets or see its video sharing app banned in the U.S. Now, recent national security laws passed in China, which of course can compel organizations to assist with intelligence gathering, have further buoyed these concerns. People do not want their information out there. It should be their choice, and there should be some level of protection to how much information comes to people, because really you cannot regulate what type of people are on the platform. You have children, you have adults, you have people with different mental and emotional issues. But here's the part that really gets me. We have built a system where promotions, music promotions, are a TikTok thing. You have several artists. It is impossible for them to release a song without, first of all, carefully curating a TikTok dance that then I'll reach out to an influencer like the guest I have on the show today and say, Tacha, can you do this dance like this? And the next thing you know, boom, 2-3 million views and the song is a hit. What happens if this comes to Nigeria? Which now makes us think, how do we take our brand away from social media to real life? Joining me on the show, Tacha, of course, OAP Cool FM.
Hey,
it's great to have you on the show.
Oh,
and I'm loving your blazer, by the way.
Oh, thank
and I'm
you.
also loving introducing you as OAP.
Oh, amazing. Yes, because I'll be a year with Cool FM in June. So.
This is a big deal. Now, let me tell you something. Once upon a time, when Tasha did interviews, they would just say, oh, former big brother. But you realize how you have
that's growth
moved
right there.
away from that brand, and you have become a brand of your own.
Of your own.
Now, realistically, let's talk about TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think, am I correct if I say you have 1.5 million
followers on
TikTok, right?
Mm-hmm.
How much of an influence has TikTok been on your career?
A lot, a huge lot, because right now, brands only want to work with you if you have a platform on TikTok, do you know what I mean? So even though you do have millions of followers on Instagram, they want to know if you do have followers on TikTok, because the people that are so obsessed with TikTok, they don't even want to leave the TikTok app. So it does have a huge influence, because my money is up, because, oh, I have 1.5 million followers. Like, no, you're not paying me $2K, it has to be $4K, because it's not just the rest of my social media, it's the new eating, which is TikTok. So yeah,
that's big. That's pretty major. So now I'm thinking to myself, you have moved your brand away from TikTok to say, if anything, God forbid, happened to TikTok, Tacha is still going to be Tacha. But how much? What's your take on the dependence that we have on the platform for a lot of influencers, in quote?
And okay, so I don't know if I should thank God this is not the Nigerian conversation yet. It's happening in the US. And we're hoping that doesn't happen here, because when I got reached out, oh, I have to be at Rise, and we're talking about ban of TikTok in the US. I was like, what if that happens over here in Nigeria? That would be you taking food out of the table of a lot of Nigerians, because we know how the unemployment rate is in the country. And then TikTok and social media just gives you that avenue where you don't need to know anybody, but you can make it big. Do you get what I mean? You could just be in your home, in your room, doing your own thing, and boom, you're exploring, and boom, TikTok is paying you for even having to go on live and stuff like that. So it would be, Lord have mercy, it would be totally unfair if TikTok gets banned right here in Nigeria, because that would be you taking food off a lot of people's table, honestly.
Now, Tacha, would you say TikTok fame is real? Is it real fame? And I want to, you answer that, because you have a life inside and outside TikTok. And sometimes when I look at your posts, I'm like, your posts don't even give us like 20% of who you are in your entirety. So would you say TikTok fame is real fame?
Well, it can be real fame. Depending on who, do you get what I mean? Because, I mean, I'm out on the street and people still say Tacha, and that's not social media. So I think it really does depend on the kind of stuff you do, like trying to do more offline stuff. So in as much as you're online doing this, try to do more offline stuff. Like I have an event with Sonny on Saturday. That's me doing offline stuff, meeting people outside of social media. So that's how you can like start expanding your reach out of social media, because the people online and the people offline.
Yes.
And the whole idea is to like merge up the both. Do you get what I mean? Like if something happens on social media right now, do people still know who you are off social media, and would you still be able to make money offline and stuff like that?
You know, my biggest worry in all of this is even the artists, because I remember there are certain songs that trended 2023. I Fall For You, Dan Flat. Like there's some songs that you can never forget.
Honestly,
there's
like,
so many songs, but now
so many.
Exactly.
Artists don't even put out songs if they don't have a rollout for TikTok influencers. Like right now, I have 2 artists that has paid me cash for a song that they haven't even released yet. And they want the videos to go out on TikTok. Because that's it. Like, you don't put out a song if you don't even already have a dance written. They're doing something.
And those things,
funny.
let's be honest, Tacha, how long does it take to put together some of these content? Like, how long?
It does take hours, honestly. And I was creating one before I go here.
Are you serious? Hours like to learn the dance, or hours to film?
Hours to film, actually. You can't learn the dance on the same day you're filming. So you have to learn your dance a couple of days before the day you're filming. Like the dance right there, I learned it before I did it. Do you get what I mean? And then when you actually, it could take 6 hours, honestly, for you to film. And that's not even part of post-production. Like you're filming for 6 hours, post-production is probably taking about 12 days. No, not 12 days, about 12 hours if you're working with an external videographer. But if it's me editing, it takes me hours. I could take 2 days working on the content to make it come out good.
When you're telling me all these things, I feel really bad for the likes of like Addison Rae, Kaby Lee, because imagine the amount of work they equally put into their TikTok and it's about to go.
Honestly, and thousands of dollars that they make off there.
Yeah.
And there's some Nigerians wanting to say, you know what, I want to go out to a bigger market. I want to have a second address. I want to be in the US. How do you want to go to the US if TikTok is getting banned in the US? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's going to be a great obstacle, especially for influencers, and especially with how big TikTok. I'm still trying to understand the idea behind wanting to ban it. I know there's a breach for data and all of that
Exactly.
kind of. But how come this hasn't been an issue until now, when the election's coming up and stuff like that? It's just really disappointing, honestly, that a lot of small businesses will be out of business because you're banning this huge platform.
Which is why I would say, I feel like, so over the last few weeks, there's been conversations, especially with people who know about the platform. But one of the reasons why I wanted to have you on the show is the people who are going to be most affected by this, the TikTokers, are not even part of this conversation. I'm hardly seeing anyone talk to the TikTok influencers, which takes me to my next question, Tacha. If Tacha was not influencing, what would that be like? What would Tacha be doing?
Okay,
Say
Tacha.
if you were not a TikTok influencer, which you are.
Okay, Tacha would be doing what Tacha was doing before now, and that's what I'm even transgressing into, getting back into full-time. I used to be a full-time beautician, so I would do makeup. Right now, I did my makeup on myself. So I would do makeup, I would do hair, I could do all of that, wigs and stuff like that before I go into the reality show. And you know, celebrity, Tacha, that. And it's just so funny because the celebrities don't even make as much cash as the people that does render the service, and I'm like,
wait, what are you saying? People that render the service, like people that
make
do the makeup,
more than the actual public figures, yeah.
The makeup artists make more money than the actual public figures.
Absolutely.
Tell me about that.
Honestly, because imagine you're charging 200K for home service makeup, right? And you have over 10 clients for a whole freaking week. Do you get what I mean? And I'm getting paid $2K to make a video. Like, do you get what I mean? Like, how many videos
So wait, let me get this
for in a month?
Well, that's subjective, because if you're getting 200K for 10 clients.
No, not for one client, home service. That's what I said.
Okay, you're getting 200K for one client.
Home service.
Home service, and then there are 10 people you make up in the. What's to say you said in a week? You said you charge $2,000. That's what you said.
I'm saying, like, if I had to charge,
if you had to charge $2,000 for a post, imagine you're getting 10 posts a week, and you hire a makeup artist. She's not making as much as you.
Well,
it boils down to value.
Exactly, but how do you get 10 videos to get done in a week? It's
impossible.
It's possible, yes, but it's a lot of brand influencers out there. It's not just you. There's always options.
So there's competition in the space.
It's a lot of competition, especially with most people still getting out of school and still don't have a job, and everyone is thinking, okay, what's that plan B I can do that can give me immediate cash? TikTok. What's that plan B I can give me immediate cash? Social media and stuff like that. I kicked off all social media.
So would you say, like, for people who are, because speaking of the creative economy and unemployment together, social media is definitely one space that people need to pay closer attention to?
I think they are already. Yeah, I think they are. I think everyone is like, everyone has this subconsciousness of social media. Oh, social media is big, and it's not getting smaller.
Well, you know what, Tasha? Fingers crossed, it never comes home.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
No, it never should. I love my president so much. I know he does have us at heart.
So it's never gonna come here.
It's not.
All right. Well, Tasha, thank you so much for shedding more light
You're
on
welcome,
the importance of just taking your brand away from social media and bringing it to the real life. Good luck with everything you're doing, by the way.
Sure,
well done. Maybe one of these
Han.
days we'll have you on the show and we'll talk about everything else.
It would be amazing. And you guys catch me live every Friday, 7 to 9 p.m. on the radio.
Of course, Tasha's going to plug.
Guys,
Tasha's definitely going to plug it.